Good morning and thanks for staying with us. Glad to have you back. It is UN Global Road Safety Week, and the message this year is loud and clear. Make walking, cycling, and riding safe. With motorcycle-related deaths rising across the region, especially among young men, the call for helmet safety is more urgent than ever.
And joining us now is Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lucien Jones, one of our faves over here at Sunrise, and Sidney Preddy, Project Manager of the Road Safety and Road User Education Branch at JN Foundation, also a fave. Now I'll leave you out, Sidney. And they're going to talk about the work of the National Helmet Wearing Coalition and why the time to act is now. Welcome to you.
Welcome. Nice to have you.
Good to have you.
Good to be here.
I'm going to begin this conversation by noting something. Last week, there was a day, I can't remember if it was Wednesday, but there was a day last week where I opened up a report first thing in the morning, and I saw over a 24-hour period, there were 4 road fatalities, all motorcycle related coming. We know that, you know, we have issues in like Western Jamaica because of this motorcycle subculture there, which is why so much of the work that you do in helmet wearing, you know, takes place there. But even over the weekend, there was a fatality, I believe, where a motorcyclist and a bicyclist collided, and one of them died. What is it about motorcycles and the way we ride them in Jamaica that is so perilous?
The context of this really is that there has been a surge of motorcyclists dying in our country in the last 15 years or so. In 2012, when 260 people died, the number of motorcyclists who died was 41. 3 years ago, when it went up to almost 500, 150 motorcyclists died. That's a big elephant in the room as far as road safety is concerned in this country. And because of that, with the help of a global charity, FIA Foundation, we have started this coalition. And the main reason for this is to try and provide certified helmets for people to wear, and also to get motorcyclists to understand the dangers that they face on the roads.
There's a mentality, though, if I may, that says, boy, if I ride in the bike, even if I have on a helmet, it's not going to help me. Can we speak to that mentality and even maybe state some statistics, if you have, of what helmets can prevent and what they in fact prevent?
The data is very clear.
Yeah.
The main reason why people die when they crash on a motorcycle, because of head injury.
Yeah.
You can reduce the death by head injury by 74% by wearing a helmet. Big numbers.
That's huge, yeah.
Huge numbers. And you can reduce the number of people who are being injured and costing the government a whole lot of money when they go to hospital, affecting your livelihood because you can't work if you break your leg, by about 47%. So every Jamaican male who jump on a motorcycle, along with the passenger pillion, is being warned for their own good that you must wear a certified helmet, not just an ordinary helmet that used to people put on. Because some of those helmets, if you crash and drop on the ground, they're not structurally sound to give you protection. And sometimes the strap will fly off. So we are being guided by standards from the US, DOT, standards from the EC Commission, standards from the Japanese Commission, standards which say that this helmet is certified. And part of the problem we are faced with now, as we talk about Global Road Safety a week, and emphasis on safe cycling and safe walking, is that even some of the helmets which are being imported in Jamaica today and across the world, and they are certified, but they're not standing up to the test. So we are proposing that, and this is part of what, and Sidney will come to this, a regional think tank, and a regional approach to this where we can have testing being done in the region, rather than depending only on what's happening elsewhere.
Right. Sidney, first of all, I wasn't aware that the JN Foundation had like a road safety education department or sector within the foundation. Thank you for that, because partnerships are key. National Road Safety Council do they put on the educational initiatives that they want to without partnerships like JN Foundation. Now, why was it so important for JN Foundation to do this?
So the JN Foundation has been involved in road safety for quite a long time. And with the statistics, it was very, very motivating to partner with the National Road Safety Council, and it's funded by the FIA Foundation, because 80% of those persons who die, who experience severe to fatal injuries, rather, were found to not be wearing helmets. These are our young men aged 19 to 29 years old, and this is taking up 30% of those who are actually dying. So we need to actually act now to preserve the future of our young men, and the JN Foundation saw it fit to be a part of that.
So then, what then would be the educational or objectives of, you know, when you sit and you plan the year, for instance, this year we want to focus on passing on this kind of information or changing this type of behavior. What are the behavior change objectives and the learning objectives that you are identifying?
So for now, we are working on the National Helmet Wearing Coalition. We've been working on it, and it will go on till 2026 and maybe beyond. The learning objectives include helping persons to identify and use certified helmets at all times. There are models on the market that might appear certified, but they're not. So we would like to have persons be able to differentiate those and use them consistently.
So like the funny looking black one that kind of,
The German
looks like, it looks like, that funny looking black one, it looks like, you know, it looks like something from Alo.
That's it. Don't work at all. So we need to get our people to understand. A, you must wear a helmet. B, you must wear a certified helmet. That's the message. Don't write this up. And
Pillions as well?
Absolutely.
Everybody.
So let me
Pillion
ask you this.
and driver.
Let me ask you this, Lucian, because we're talking about helmets and certified helmets. A lot of what we see as pillions in Jamaica is actually often children.
Yes.
So let's talk about even the helmets for the children. If I have a child that I'm riding to drop to school or to pick up or whatever, I am supposed to have a specific helmet for that child, because the big helmet can actually cause more damage.
There you are. I think you should be a part of the coalition.
Well, then let me just shoot my child.
No, but it's your business. I wrote a WHO recently because of this very issue. They are saying that children under the age of 12, I think, because of the weight and height and stuff, should not be on a motorcycle.
Correct.
You know, it's convenient, and if you have 3 and 4 pitney and you want to carry them to school, well, you know, but it's dangerous, and people are dying.
But
142 people have died for the year on our roads. Up to today, early morning report from the police. So we're talking about serious business.
But in Westmoreland and Hanover, Westmoreland in particular comes to mind, there is a subculture of bike taxi, and you will see all 4 children on the bike, and that's how they get to where they need to go. I mean, how do you change behavior when you're up against an entire subculture?
So the thing about it is, it's not unique to Jamaica, right? This is in Uganda, where other coalitions have done successful work in mitigating things like this. They do adjustments to the motorcycles to accommodate children. So there are modifications that can happen. A part of our think tank is learning from best practices from regional partners, such as Latin America and the Caribbean, so we can understand some of these cultural nuances and learn from it to provide information, evidence-based information to inform policy in Jamaica to have persons operate motorcycles safely.
And if we just identify the elephant in the room and we can just call a spade, a big part of the issue comes back to a lack of discipline. Because if certain things are adhered to, it limits the risk significantly, i.e. speed limit, i.e. the use of road signage.
Responsible lane changes.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of personal responsibility also goes into this. So how do we adjust the culture?
Well, public education together with enforcement is a key. Public education by itself is not going to make it happen. People don't change behavior because you appeal to them. Hey, guy, write carefully. No. If you feel it in your pocket and you lose your license, if you are convinced that you may die, so everything has to come together.
Yeah.
Changing public, but changing people's personal behavior is not easy.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But we are committed to making sure that this does happen. We are making some progress. There has been a decline in the number of motorcyclists who are dying this year compared to last year, which is a big, big thing. You know, in terms of what I said to you, 150 who died a couple of years ago. We're making progress, and we are committed to the long haul. And as we say in road safety, it's not a single solution. There's no gun you can fire, excuse the metaphor, that you can say that's a silver bullet. It's 5 things that you have to do. You have to do them well and consistently and together. Provide safe roads, safe vehicles, safe road users, safe speeds. And when you have a crash, you must have an efficient system where you move people to the hospital very quickly.
Response team. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. And we definitely look forward to a continued push where this is concerned. Our guests have been Dr. Lucian Jones, Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, and Sidney Preddy, Project Manager of the Road Safety and Road User Education Branch at the JN Foundation. We're going to be right back in just a moment. We'll lighten up the mood with some football talk. The JPL preview is back.
It depends on which side is your side. The mood might stay somber.
Oh, no.
Oh, hold up now.